requests for 1960s bombshell styles. And really, 1960s bombshell just meant big and voluminous and full of fake hair. And so, since clip-in hair extensions are so easily accessible, I contacted Glam TIme Extensions, and they were kind enough to actually give me a set for promotional purposes. And so I hope that I'm doing them proud. Lilith Dark Moon has a huge YouTube following, and I absolutely adore her channel. I think she has such a sweet way about her, and her style, her hairstyles are amazing. And she uses Glam TIme Extensions. That's the precise reason that I contacted Glam TIme for my extensions. This video is all about preparing and adventures in extensions because this is my first time using them. I have never used extensions before. This shows you how easy it is. I think it turned out really great. Very Michelle Carey, very Brigitte Bardot, very, I think this is very similar to a style that would have been worn in the 1960s. And yes, back then, fake hair was all the rage as well. So I wanted to show you how to go about doing 1960s retro styling with extensions. The style is not included in this video. What this video shows you, it shows you how, and this isn't like a tutorial because seriously, I've never touched extensions before. So really, this was merely my preparation of the hair extensions, my first time. I colored them, I set them, and I kind of show you how to do that in this video, or how I did it anyway. I don't know if it's the most beneficial way to do it, but I'm really pleased with the way they turned out. The hair color looks really good to me, and I used pin curls to set them. But what I'm planning to do, I still have lots that I didn't use. I could totally go for it and use these too. I didn't think there was enough room on my head, good grief. But anyway, I have another set here that's lighter than my hair, which I think would look really cool incorporated somehow. And then I have these other little small ones that I can just put wherever I find a hole, like I did that earlier where I found a little hole. I just stuck one of these. So these are super easy to use. I'm really pleased with it. And just place a request below if there's a specific very hairy hairstyle from the 1960s that you'd like to see. I even thought this would probably work depending on how easy these wefts are to hide. I haven't actually had any experience with them, but depending on how easy the wefts are to hide, I might be able to do 1940s hairstyles that required false hair, because as you all know, a lot of the false braids and like Ginger Rogers used false braids and a few 1940s updos, so these could also assist with that. Now, I'm not 100% sure, like I said, because I haven't tried it yet. But if you'd like to see a tutorial on this hairstyle, this was just kind of my first experience with it, so I'll be glad to do one. But I'm using these to help me do some more of those hairstyles, those bombshell hairstyles from the 60s that you guys have expressed interest in. And I just kind of wanted to show you guys that there is a very traditional way of styling extensions right now, these loose curls that are very natural and very pretty and very flowy, and this is what's modern. But you can also use these for retro styling. As you can see, when you pin curl them, they do solidify. These are natural hair extensions, these are actual hair. So as you can see, when you pin curl them, they do solidify and they do become quite easy to form. Please enjoy the video. I plan to do a lot more 1960s long hairstyles for you guys. Shoot me over your requests and enjoy this video, how I prepared these hair extensions and what I did to them and kind of my missteps along the way. I had some missteps with setting, which I think you'll find funny. But anyway, this is it. You guys have a great day. So today I've got something a little different to show you. I am going to try to somehow incorporate these new modern hair extensions, the clip-in kind, with vintage styling. We know that a lot of 60s styles, particularly some 40s styles, require a lot of hair. These are Glam TIme clip-in hair extensions. You have seen these on Lilith Dark Moon's channel, more than likely. Because my hair is so bright red, I ordered them in my natural hair color. So for those of you wondering, this is my natural hair color. It's like a light brown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color these with my own hair color that I typically color with, which is L'Oreal Feria hair color. I'm going to color it with these, and then I'm going to use punky color over the top so that hopefully the hair will be the same color as my own hair when I color it. So we're going to see how this works. They send you these wefts with all different lengths. This is a 4-clip weft, and it is much wider than an average weft. This is obviously for the widest part at the back of your head. And then they also send you these different ones that are more like 1-clip wefts. So you can see this one's only about 1 inch wide. So this shows you the way that they do it, and they all serve their own little purpose, and you can cut them to whatever length. These are human hair, so they're natural hair. You can use high heat products on, or high heat styling on them, and you can also use, you can set them like you would any other hair, but you can also color them. So I'm going to go ahead and color these. The only thing you have to be careful of when you're doing any kind of any type of coloring is if you're using, you don't want to lighten these because you would want to buy them already blonde if you were planning on using a bright color, like a blue or a green or anything like that. You would want to buy them blonde because bleaching this, of course, is going to be damaging to the natural hair. So I'm going to color. Something I noticed when I went to the store the other day, I was going to color my hair, and they did not have my color, which I like, that is the copper shimmer color. So I decided to get my second choice in the Feria, which is this number 66, the very rich auburn. It's called Ruby Fusion, for those of you wondering. I really, really love this. And so I went ahead and bought some, and then I realized that I didn't have enough in this one package to do both my hair and the extensions. So I went to get another box of it, and the place that I went to get another box did not have this color. What they did have was Ruby Rush, which I have used before and reviewed in another video. And something I've discovered about this color is that the Ruby Rush, which is R68, has like a color booster in it. And this is the color booster right here. Looks like this. And the color booster, actually, if you don't use the color booster, it has almost identical results to Ruby Fusion. So that's why I went ahead and bought this one. So I used this one on my own hair, and then I'm going to use this on the extensions. And after I use this on the extensions, I'm going to use Punky Color and Flame over the whole thing, my hair and these, and hopefully the result will be quite similar. So I'm going to place it onto a sheet of aluminum foil. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to apply it as close to the weft as possible without getting it all the way on the threads that hold the weft together. I do not want to get it all the way on the threads if I can keep from it, just merely because I don't really think it's good for it, probably last longer if you don't. Okay, but I'm going to just paint it all over so that the hair is thoroughly saturated, just like I would if it were my own hair, which this is significantly easier than coloring your hair on your own head. And when you want to get to the ends, you can just curl them up onto the aluminum foil. Okay. And you just want to make sure that the hair is all thoroughly saturated and that you're brushing your tint brush with the hair instead of against it. That's obvious. You don't want to go against the flow of the hair. Just kind of mash it through. And since this hair is thicker and it's very, very absorbent, as you can see, I'm not going to have enough color for all of the extensions. I'm fine with that. We're gonna go to plan B. I'm just going to saturate the ends of this piece. I just went as far up as I could on it. Alright, so this is pretty much turning out exactly like I expected it to. I'm using a little of the clean rinsing shampoo that comes with the Power Reds Feria line, and I'm just running it through like this on the extensions. And these are turning out almost identical to what I expected. They're turning out kind of a browny, russety red, which is what happens when you color red hair over brown hair, just so y'all know. You get kind of a russet color or an auburn, and it's a very pretty natural color. Now, it's not entirely even. I knew that it probably wouldn't be, and that's unfortunate. However, I'm going to be putting a semi-perm color over this, and hopefully that will mask any of the inconsistencies in the color. This hair is very porous, I've discovered. Therefore, the color absorbs really quickly, so the color does not take as evenly as it does on my own hair. So it absorbs very quickly, but as you can see, it's turned out kind of a brownish red, and I'm just kind of trying to rinse it as slowly and carefully as possible. And then when I want to dry it, like if I want to squeeze the excess water out, I just gently fold it up in my hair and squeeze gently one time. I'm not going to bother trying to get the hair completely clear of color. And then I'm just going to take it like this, and I'm going to lay it onto a towel. Okay, so now that we have colored the other extensions, and I've also colored my hair, I'm going to move on to the next part, which is punky color. Okay, now punky color is a semi-permanent conditioning hair color. This is flame, and it's exactly the color you see here. And as a matter of fact, I have some left over from when I did my own hair, and you can see how utterly ridiculous it is. This is serious stuff. Do not operate with this stuff in presence of anything you love. It will stain it. Also have your magic eraser on hand so that you can get any little bits off of your countertop or sink or whatever immediately. If you don't do it immediately, the stain will set in. You can see my gloves are yellow. That's the color stain you will have. But anyway, what I wanted to do is I am going to color this left, which I did not have enough permanent color to color. I'm going to color this one with just the punky color, and then I'm going to go over the colored hair extensions with the punky color also. So they will be in the same color family, but not the same color. And that's kind of interesting too, because you'll be able to see the way that punky color will react over light brown hair. So anyway, I am surrounded in towels. This stuff actually probably needs to get out of the way. My phone and stuff. But anyway, okay, so this is the weft. And I'm basically just going to take this hair color. It is super easy to spread. See, it spreads like paint. Okay, so I'm painting all the way up to basically to the top where the roots are. I don't really think it's necessary. I mean, these wefts, you know, this where the threads are and stuff, it's not going to show. So once you get it all in, then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to absorb it through the hair the way that I do when it's on my own head. I just take it, I paint it over the outside of the hair, and you'll see as you smush the semi-permanent color in, you'll see that it kind of almost like has like a frothy consistency. So here is the finished product. This is after a coating of the punky color as well. This is after a coating of the punky color as well as the permanent hair color. It looks like the color took pretty evenly from root to tip. I'm not going to keep all this length on here, but regardless. This is the one that I did just the punky color on. You can see it is a much brighter red, and I actually really prefer it to the way that the other turned out. So I think this is going to work fine for my hair, and I do think this was the best option for me. In order to match my hair color somewhat, I did need to go ahead and just color the hair extensions because there was no red that I thought would go with my current red. But this is going to be great for you guys who have never used punky color or hair color before. If you've got naturally light brown hair and you want to add some red to it, this is a great way to do it. You can see what a great natural red that it came off. So anyway, this is the way it looks. This macabre sight is my hair extensions drying. And when they're dry, we will see what we can do with them.